How is everyone? Happy Tuesday. So the big news for the day, at least for Uber drivers that is, the riders, finally, I don't know why. I mean, they had the technology in place, right? They could have just done this right in the beginning. I do not know what took them so long, ladies and gentlemen, right? That the riders now have to take a photo. As soon as that functionality came out, that drivers had to prove that they had this on, right? You had to take the selfie. They made some technology upgrades. Myself and many other YouTubers immediately went out, announced that and said, but why not the riders? Like this, and this is literally a couple of months back, right? So had you insisted on a photograph of a rider covering up his face with a mask, maybe let's ask the question, how many lives could have been saved? But the fact that the driver has to issue a complaint first, right? The rider probably denied it. Oh, he's making stuff up, she's making stuff up, I was wearing a mask, right? Now, they have to follow the same steps. And so what's good for the goose is good for the gander, my friends. It has to be both ways. Uber cannot always cozy up to the rider, right? It's time that they are held responsible. Last week I pushed out a video saying, we should also insist that they have the background checks. It's got to be both ways in this industry, in the gig industry. You can't always put all of these laws and impose on. It's long overdue. Exactly. Shouldn't have taken this long, And I was one of the few hammering Uber on this. Like, why is it always a one-sided story? Why is it always that you're pointing the fingers at the drivers? You got to do this, you got to do this, and you're letting these people off the hook, right? The technology is there. To drive, identify yourself, you have a mask, get into that car and take a ride, identify yourself and wear the mask. Why did it take Uber many months to cave when they could have just implemented this right from the go? I mean, they are always 4-5 steps behind, right? Exactly. And just as they are expecting it from you, sorry about that. It'll be buffering quite a few times because I'm going through Calabasas there by the canyons, and the Verizon networks suck in this area. So it'll be buffering at least 4 or 5 times, but I'll always be back in the next 10-15 minutes until I get through that patch. But what do you think, right? Was this long overdue? Was this causing issues on some of your rides? Passengers should at least have a US ID on record. Exactly, your correct name, your correct credentials, hopefully some form of ground check. Maybe just do a check on their criminal history. We're not interested in their driving history, but let's say we can just get a little background check on their criminal history, and then you know what, if you're going to get into the car or our office during pandemic COVID-19 times, you know what, the same applies to you, my friends, riders. The same applies to you. You're no more special, right? You shouldn't have any additional privileges. If we got to wear it, you got to wear it. If Uber's taking a photograph of us to make sure we have it on, they should simultaneously be taking a picture of the rider. Why did it take them a few months, several months? before they implemented that. It just shows me that the lack of leadership on the top. They only care about making money. Exactly. You know, there is such a lack of leadership on the top, you know, that so many drivers were complaining about this. Probably some drivers got infected by the fact that they have these double standards, right? That only the driver has to wear one. The rider, well, he doesn't have to take a photo. She doesn't have to take a photo. Who knows how many people got infected because of that, right? You gotta treat your labor force with respect, right? You gotta be respectful. And if you're asking this from us, you got to be asking this from them, from the rider. So this was long overdue, and finally somebody at Uber woke up and smelled the coffee and said, you know what, it's got to be both ways. Hence by drivers saying, look, riders are abusing this functionality. They are not wearing their masks. It is not our duty to be the policeman, right? It is truly not our duty to play the cop and police these people. Uber should be doing that, and Uber should be doing that right from the beginning. The moment they implemented this mask rule, it's got to be both ways. No, but they favored the riders. They made the drivers do it, right? And we had to play the cop. We had to play the policeman. Oh, by the way, you're not wearing a mask. You're not getting in the car. That also led to a lot of fights and problems. I mean, you see people walking into shopping centers like Walmart, where masks are mandatory, or Trader Joe's, or Ralph's, or Vaughn's, and they're not wearing a mask. And I mean, literally fights break out, right? And I'm sure it's the same case. 40% of riders do not want to wear a mask. Okay, it's the law, buddy. They don't want to wear the mask, right? But that's the law, and the statistics speak for themselves. Wearing a mask, look at other countries that implemented this way back in January, February. Look at their numbers, right? Everyone was wearing a mask. The masks work, whether you like them or not, whether you think it's infringing on your freedoms, they work. So the bottom line is, no mask, no ride. I just questioned Dara Khosrowshahi, and I'm going to ask John Logan, I mean, when are you going to implement this, right? Or are you going to stay asleep? Logan Green and John Zimmer at Lyft, are you going to remain fast asleep? Or are you going to wake up, right? 2020, are you going to wake up and understand that this is essential, right? That if we need to wear it, they need to wear it. No mask, no ride. You get out of my car. That's it. And I tell you, battles break out. People, I've seen videos, people freak out, screaming and going off on drivers. I mean, we shouldn't be subjected to that behavior. We shouldn't have the sheriff badge or the cop badge on and have to police this. Not our job. It's Uber's job. It's Lyft's job. And those of the other gig companies. I mean, every time I see a FedEx driver or an Amazon Flex driver arrive at my house daily, they're always wearing a mask, right? Always wearing a mask. Now, granted, they don't have people in their car, but they are mixing and mingling with other people. And if they can do it, we can do it, right? And it is shameful that people like John Zimmer and Logan Green on Lyft haven't even implemented this, right? And that it is shameful that Dara Khosrowshahi, who I consider as a very weak leader, only comes out with this now. Yeah, one person just mentioned they don't care a duck about us. Yeah, you could definitely replace that D with an F, no problem. But I follow you. I hear you. Right. So this was long overdue. Right. Don't want to wear the masks, you know, we're on 180,000. Don't be surprised when you get to 250,000 deaths because you're not working together with all your brothers and sisters and you refuse to wear a mask. Don't be surprised when you're at 250,000 deaths. We're on 6 million infections. Don't be surprised when you're at 7 million infections because, hey, trying to be Mr. Tough Guy, I don't wear masks. Masks are for PUSSIES. Come on, guys, just work together. Get this over and done with. I want to get to 2021. I'm sure you want to get to 2021. And, you know, let's get this done with. And Uber and Lyft are equally responsible in this game, that they need to keep both sides protected. This cozying up to the rider with discounts, subsidized fares, oh, you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to take a photograph. It's BS. It's absolute BS. It's double standards, right? All of these regulations and law we are to abide by, the drivers, right? Delivery people. But hey, you know what? The rider gets away with murder. It's wrong. So now that there was enough pressure, enough social media pressure on Uber and Lyft and other gig companies, finally they see the light. Finally they see the light. They already had the you know what? It's so simple. Take a picture of yourself with a mask and you can catch that ride. Very simple. No mask, no ride. So there were so many riders abusing this. I mean, the drivers were playing ball. They had to. Otherwise, you can't drive. Exactly. Wearing a mask doesn't make you less manly. Thank you so much for saying that, right? Doesn't make you less manly. And that's the problem with the psychology of some males, especially males, that they think, oh, this makes them weak. You know, doctors and nurses wear this every day in their practice and in hospital. Are you going to walk in and you're dying of pneumonia and you say, hey, doctor, why are you wearing one of this? It makes you look less weak. No, you're not. You're going to say, thank you for operating on me. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for giving me the right medication. Thank you for getting me through this, right? So this does make you less manly. This doesn't make you a PUSSY. Not at all. This is working smart, right? So the more people, you know what, it's a nuisance, it's a hassle. Yes, you got to buy new masks all the time or wash the other masks. Yes, it is a hassle. But if you look at what people went through in the 1918 pandemic, that pandemic was 10 times worse, 10 times, right? So to wear this for a few, let's rally together. Let's get this over and done with. And Logan Green and John Zimmer, wake the FUCK up and implement this in your app, right? Shame on you for maybe causing some infections because you don't put that same pressure on the rider. It's absolutely wrong. And Dara, shame on you for being such a weak leader. You're so weak, right? And you have no backbone to stand up against your riders and implement this from the beginning, right? You know that the driver has to and will wear this because they need to go out and make money. You basically, you know, forcing the drivers to take that step. Well, you should have been forcing the riders to take the same step because those at that moment, Dara K and Uber and Lyft are putting us in danger because they did not make this a requirement. When that person was at the house or at his business ordering a car, ordering an Uber and a Lyft, right there and then they should have taken the photograph. We haven't even pulled up, and we wouldn't have pulled up had they themselves with a mask and a photograph at their house, in their living room, in the restaurant, at a concert, whatever, right? We would not even show up if they didn't show proof. And the sad thing is that these weak leaders, these weak CEOs, didn't create that step for riders. Now, probably because it's led to some infections, probably because it's led to further lawsuits, probably because they're getting hammered in social media about this no mask, no ride, no mask, no mask, no ride rule, right? I mean, we're exposing their weaknesses in social media. Really? You want it for us, but you don't want it for them? That's just plain stupid. So, that's what I got to say on the subject. It took too long. And sadly, the Lyft people, these Lyft executives, as they call themselves, these Lyft CEOs and president, vice president, all these fancy schwancy names, right? They still don't have this in place for the riders. Wake up, guys. Hit that like button, everyone. Hit that like button, everyone. I hope your Tuesday is off to a good start. This news that we received this morning, this is good news. It's the same type of news that you received a few years ago when you finally got tips in your app, right? When that tip button showed up. Oh my God, I can finally accept tips. Oh my God, they finally are making the rider take a photograph. Finally, we are a step closer to tightening up and bringing these pandemic numbers down, because it works both ways. Common sense, thank you. If you got to ask, just common sense, absolute common sense. Congrats on your wedding, thank you. Yes, married man, very happy, partner for life, best friend. Triss is in the house. I wonder how they're gonna enforce, let's see, I'm trying to read that, how they're gonna enforce showing the people with masks on. Well, that's easy. You're ordering a car, you got a Mighty Heidi in the house. How are you? Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate that. It's pretty easy. I mean, how are they going to enforce it? Guess what? You're not even going to have a driver show up unless you have taken that photograph, right? We don't even get to go out and start that shift, that 3-hour shift, that 10-hour shift, that 5-hour shift, if we don't show that we're wearing a mask. It's got to be both ways. And finally, this weak leader, Dara, has realized that, right? So now it's up to Lyft to step up. It's up to us. Circulate the video, write your tweets, go out on Facebook. Why is it that Uber has implemented this and not Lyft? Right? We shouldn't have to catch the virus because we're playing by the rules and they are not playing by the rules. Thanks, Jeff. Begged his 7-year-old mother to not drive. Exactly. It was sad. Isn't that a sad story? That is such a sad story. He was begging his mom not to drive in these conditions. Passed away. Yeah, Lyft is a follower. They are. They let Uber spend. They honestly they just don't have the budget, so they let Uber spend the money on things. They see if it works or doesn't work for Uber. If it works, they implement it. If it doesn't work, they don't even implement it at all. Those people don't have an account. Let's see what it says there. Right. Insurance calls the ride for them. Interesting. So, it was. Yeah, it's buffering. I'm still in a zone where it goes down like 4 or 5 times, but I'll be back. I'm on the 101 right now. There's 1 or 2 more spots on the 101 where it buffers for a few seconds. I will be back. And then as we get on the 4 or 5, there's a weak spot right down there by Skirball as you come down the 4 or 5 to the 101. Layla, common sense, respect of people around you wearing a mask. Exactly. It's common sense. And the fact that they did not use common sense a few months ago when they made us take the photos, right? You know why? Because they just don't want to lose and alienate the rider, right? It's rider, you're the god, rider, you the legend, rider, we need your money, we bow down in front of you. They are so weak, these executives. They have no spine to stand up against the rider. What do? Discount card, subsidize. Oh, don't worry, you don't have to take a photograph. We don't want to inconvenience you. Don't worry, my little rider. We don't want to inconvenience you. You don't have to take a picture. Driver, you got to take the picture, but rider, no. We don't want to upset them. Slap, Dara. Need a slap. Slap you awake. What do I need to do? Do I need to physically slap you awake until you understand how important it is? How important it is that safety measures are across the board, not just for one group of people. Slap. I will slap this CEO 1,000 times until he wakes up. I will have to slap Logan Green and John Zimmer 1,000 times until they wake up, because they are too weak. They are too much of cowards to stand up against the rider. Their true personality shines and shows me how weak they are, right? They just do not have the goons to stand up to the rider. And no, what do? They drive all these poor taxi and shuttle businesses out of business by discounting, subsidizing. Makes me sick. That is their strategy. Strangle them until they have no air. They file for bankruptcy, and then we have more market share. It is a disgusting way to do business, ladies and gentlemen. They have no ethics. And then for those riders who go along with Uber and vote yes on 22, do you realize at that point you still haven't learned? You still haven't learned when you vote yes on 22, because you are still allowing Uber and Lyft to control you. The language, oh, we don't want to be employees. You are true independent contractors. BS, people. You can have the best of both worlds with 92, but you got to have the courage and the power to push back. If you have no sign yes on 22, because you know what? It's the language that they are feeding you. It's the baby food, and you're eating it. It tastes so good. Yes on 22. They are writing the effing law, man. They are writing the storybook. You reading it. You taking it. You gullible. You got to stand up and put the chips on the other side. You got to show that you can negotiate. We will never ever be employees. You will never be an employer, right? But you can push for 10 times better conditions than right now. Why cave in? Why cave in? Why cave in to yes on 22? And mark my words, the moment you have a yes on 22, no other state is going to fight. No other state is going to fight back. They will just adopt the language, the current language. You will never have the opportunity to be a true independent contractor and set your rates. You will never have the opportunity to pick and choose your rides and decline, because they're all looking at AB5. And if AB5 wins, if it's no on 22, then the other states will say, we need to wake up and make more money. You got to make the conditions favorable to all three parties, state, company, and worker. You will never be an employee. I can tell you that. You will never be an employee. But you need more than you have right now. They will go straight back to ground zero and drive the rates back down. Why? Because they have the control. That's my opinion for the morning, folks. Love it or leave it. And how easily individuals allow themselves to be manipulated or pushed around by a company just because they can come up with some advertising slogans or videos. It blows my mind how easily people allow themselves to be pushed around. Viva la Revolution! Viva la Revolution! Schlag dich wach, Junge! Bum, bum, bum! Guten Morgen, keine Sorgen, schlag dich wach! Niet! A lot of cars around me. Whoop, whoop, taking a gap. Anyways, look, a step in the right direction. A step in the right direction. Riders now have to take a photograph. Wonderful news, wonderful news. That makes me happy. You know why? It's going to bring the rates down. It's going to stop this fighting between driver and rider. Oh, I'm not going to wear a mask. You cannot tell me. Well, that's the rule. No mask, no ride. Now, you don't have to fear that a fight breaks out, or the guy pulls out a gun or a knife. No, you won't tell me to wear a mask, right? So you don't have to worry about, there's less worries, right? Downtown turn west, thank you. Well, we're hanging out together, right? We're sharing. I respect your input just as much as I appreciate you listening to my feedback, right? Good morning, Phil. We're bouncing ideas back and forth. We're here to make it better. And by us applying relentless pressure, by us calling these individuals out, right, we make them look like fools. We make Dara look like the weak leader he is. You know why? Because when he implemented this for drivers, he thought, no, I don't have to do this for riders. I don't have to, because I'm too weak. But because of pressure, because of pressure, because of pressure, because of videos, because of postings, because of tweets, because of more tweets, you brought out the tipping app. You implemented photographing for riders. Why is it that we have to play the policeman? Why do we have to wear the sheriff badge? Why do the drivers have to be the CEO? Right? Why don't you hand over your salary to the drivers who are doing the work for you, who are actually writing the laws for you, who are actually making it a safer environment for the company? Why doesn't Dara hand over his $45 million check to all of those drivers, right? So if you're 5 million drivers, you're getting, everybody gets a $9 check, right? Hand over your salary right now, because we're doing the frickin' work for you, you fool. And John Zimmer, you still haven't even woken up, Logan Green. They're still fast asleep, and maybe we're gonna have to pound them another 1,000 times in social media until they realize that their riders also need to wear masks, because it works both ways, folks. It's not just the driver, right? You wanna start that shift, buddy? Okay, here, put on your frickin' mask and take the photograph. Cluck, cluck. Okay, cool, you ready to go? Okay, arsehole rider, you want to get in that car, you want us to pick you up, put on your frickin' mask, take a picture, cluck, cluck, right? Show us that you deserve us, the driver, right? This BS like, oh, I can get into the car, I don't have to wear a mask, he should wear a mask, I don't have to, makes me less manly. You know, you're a PUSSY because you wear a mask. No, you're not. It's smart thinking, man. It brings the numbers down. Don't be a fool. Kova, guys, you guys got to check out. I'll put that link. Thank you for bringing it up. Honestly, the feedback that I'm getting from Kova is off the charts, right? Why? Because it's so inexpensive and there's so many different protections built in. Guys, give a shout out to the sponsor right now, Kova. My link is underneath most of those videos. You get a free month, right? You get a free month. When you sign up under my link, you'll see refer/rideshare professor. When you see that link, then you know you're getting a bonus month. Too many people are deactivated for the wrong reasons. You know, too many people are cut off from their monies, and then at some point they reactivated and they've lost all that money in between. You want to be protected in between. You know, and 80% of your regular income, that's a lot of coverage, that's a lot of protection. So it's a no-brainer for me. You know, when I looked at the entire COVA plan, it was a no-brainer for me. It is something that I can easily relate to. It's something that is needed. It is something that I can endorse. It is something that I signed up for, right? Because it doesn't take a brainiac to figure out all the protections that are built in. And you know, in this game, there are just too little protections. Even, you know, when you crash your car, right? The fact that Uber takes $1,000 deductible, I mean, that's not protection. That'll set you back. And this is the COVA is not an insurance plan, but you have your own rideshare insurance or your limousine insurance. It's very, very costly, right? It's expensive, but the auto insurance doesn't cover your lost earnings, right? Because you were deactivated. So this is very well thought through by COVA to build in these protections. What can go wrong? And if it does go wrong, they're there for you. Thank you. That was the shout out to my sponsor. After I literally had to lap down Dara, John, and Logan. And you wonder why these people pay $2 million for security. Because they're not liked, right? They go out on the street or they go out into the restaurant with their families. They know they've got to have the security around them 24/7 because all they are doing is screwing over drivers every single day. And drivers get pissed off. That's why you've got to go and spend $2 million annually on security for one guy, for Dara. God knows how much they have to spend on Tony West and all those other guys, right? But what a crap environment to work in, right? When you know that you're screwing over your hard workers and then you have to pay this massive security entourage to protect you. What a crap job. I mean, would you want that type of anxiety every single day? You have to worry about yourself, worry about your family, because you're screwing over drivers all the time. I mean, one of the biggest mistakes that Uber made, I can tell you, in 2019 with the referrals, when they switched, the new driver was thinking they were getting a bonus, right? You guys can maybe relate to this, right? You think you're getting that bonus, oh, $700 after 100 trips or $300 after 50 trips, right? And in that BS language, that guarantee, this is that under code 17200, right? This is the deception of their advertising, right? Oh, you're getting a guarantee. So you've done 100 trips, you're expecting to get the $700. You've done the 50 trips, you're expecting to get the $300 trips. What does Uber do? They say, well, you know what? We guaranteed you that you would make $300 or $700. And because you've already made $300 or $700, we owe you nothing. That is the deceptive advertising. Guess what? I have already worked for my $700, right? Now where's my bonus? Oh no, the money you earned. It's the most scamming, disgusting, deceptive business practices that they implement. And we're going to whack them over the head in superior court. I mean, I look at their defense when they send me their papers was pathetic, right? Any judge, complete deceptive, fraudulent bait and switch tactics. Very, very easy. So that to me is a slam dunk when it finally gets to a jury or before the judge. Smash that like button. I'm right here by LAX. Right here by LAX at Howard Hughes. I'm sure many people have taken Howard Hughes or La Tijera or Century exit to go to LAX in LA. You guys know that spot, right? 405 and Howard Hughes. Right over here right now. Beautiful day, blue skies. It'll be insanely hot. Apparently like about 107 on the weekend. Saturday is my son's birthday, 17th birthday, growing up way too fast. The judge will read it and he'll think the same thing, game over. Yeah, you just have to lay it out for a judge. Look at how they conduct business, Your Honor. I mean, in California, Your Honor, as of January the 1st, 2020, they were supposed to abide by AB 5, but they believed they were above the law. It took the Attorney General, it took the California Labor Commission to sue them and remind them, hang on, here are the laws. What part don't you understand? Abide by the laws. So Uber, Tony West, or there's other people in this country that work the same way. They believe they're above the law. They believe they don't have to be held responsible. They don't believe they don't have to answer to subpoenas. They believe they don't have to show up in court. Uber's the same way. Buy time, delay, buy time, delay. And in the meantime, keep on screwing over. Your day of reckoning, my friend, it's called karma, comes in whatever form, right? And again, I am not surprised that these people are paying up to $2 million for their own personal security. I'm not surprised. I mean, they create the people that ultimately hate them, right? It's because of their business practices, because of their deceptive, misleading practices, their misinformation, right? That Alex Critics in the house. What's up? Fire time. Lighting up the fires there. How are you, Alex? Good to see you. Tuesday, back to business. So quick recap. Uber finally announces that the rider now has to take a photo and prove that he or she is wearing the mask. Why did it take them so long? Happy Tuesday, Teddy T. Much love back to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family is doing great. Long Beach. Probably another 25 minutes to be down there. Very sad to see Chadwick, the Black Panther, die. Had no idea that he was dying, that he had colon cancer for 4 years. So sad. Especially like for children who look up at him as a hero. To suddenly see this 43-year-old gone. It's like, wow. What is going on in 2020? It's just the weirdest energy. Thank you, I appreciate it. Great car deals, how are you? Good morning, fellow drivers. How are you? Doing well, God bless. Have a great day, my friend, you too. I mean, 2020 is filled with so much insane, strange energy. Really sad to hear that. The yardstick of suck, exactly, for the rest of it. Like, I mean, for the rest of our lives, you have to look back at 1 year. It was a year we wished had never taken place, 2020. And you think that the number 666 is evil, or you think that 13 is an unlucky number. You know what? 2020 is a shitty number. So I got some fuel lines here. Took forever to receive these because they are very thin 516 fuel lines. finally got them. Now I have to go and install them. Down by the South Bay, Rosecrans, Manhattan Beach, beautiful beach. Can anybody send me some good screenshots of 3.5x or 4x or 5x in California? Show me those big numbers. And that's only possible, by the way, till November. Because once they have their yes on 22, that's gone. So enjoy it while you can and put in the hours right now, because from now till the end of October is your chance to make money. That's it. After that, that multiplier is gone. Thank you, Tesla Tom. Yeah, it was an amazing wedding. Wow, it was just perfect. Everything was perfect. The wedding, the vows, the photographer, the setting with the kids, the wife, everything was like perfect. Great restaurant afterwards, mini honeymoon. I don't know. When you say no matter which way Proposition 22 goes, the multiplier will be gone. I believe that if we get a no on 22, in order for them to conform, right? If you're able to create this gig hybrid law, I would hope that the multiplier stays. I could be wrong, but I see more chances of it disappearing if they get their yes on 22. Thank you, man. 11th private client. Whoop! Let's celebrate. Celebration time. Come on. Cool in the gang. That's it. You tie down those private clients. And man, do I get the feedback. Thomas, great car deals. Oh, hey, I got another private client. I got another private client. And then that private client opened up doors for another few private clients. And that private client introduced you. Oh, Jesus, this guy almost hit on the phone. Oh, my Lord. Get out on the way, because this guy's all over the frickin' place. Get out to the far right, because this guy is clearly on his phone. You can see who's on the phone. Dude, you're all over the fucking show, man. Lord. Club all over the fucking show. Yeah, put your hands on your wheel, arsehole. Good slap. It's on the phone as I thought he was. Drifting left and right in the lanes, cutting people off. Come on, baby, light my fire. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, slow coach. Let's move out of the way, baby. Let's get that little Prius out of the way, baby. hogging the lane. Don't you like those people? Around the outside, around the outside. Yeah, you mustn't sleep, dude. Vast aan die slaap. And then when you drive around them, then they accelerate because they don't want to let you in. It's so funny. Firstly, they're asleep, and then when they see you're going to come around them, they start accelerating. They go tight around them. Wake up, wake me up before you go. Wham. That's what I need to have a loudspeaker on top of my car for some of these drivers that are fast asleep. Wake me up before you go. Anybody, some feedback on that Telluride? I've had a few people ask me about the Kia Telluride. Anybody got some good feedback on that car? Seems like it's selling like gangbusters. Yeah, Wham! UK old school. George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Wham! Wake me up. And they sang Club Tropicana. Remember, Club Tropicana, dreams come true. And wham, I am, bum bum. Yeah, Wham, good old Wham, W-H-A-M, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. And then George Michael broke away and went solo. Careless Whisper, Faith, you gotta have faith. Careless Whisper. Oh, I think it was a big loss to the music world. I think Michael was extremely talented. Got 29 likes. Can you hit one more to get it up to 30? All right, folks. I'm going to be checking out very soon. Hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday. Get out there, make some money, especially if you're in California. Milk that multiplier all the way through till November the 3rd, because it might be gone. Take my mountain bike in for repairs. Mustn't forget. Anybody can smash one more like so we can get it up to 30. Gracias, dankeschön, mille gracias, spasiba, thank you, merci. 4, 5, and 710. Every time I'm at the 710, I know I'm very close to Long Beach. LBC, Dennis Torres's country. LBC, your hometown, cool. How many people live in LBC? About 300,000, right? How many citizens? I heard like 300,000. It's quite big. Long Beach City, Long Beach City. I used to have an office on Broadway back in the day, 2003. I shut that down. Miller, Mr. Miller, how are you? Good, good. Tesla Tom, 600K. Nice, nice. 600. Holy mackerel. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. Fifth largest city, now the sixth largest city in the state. Wow. I did not know that. Thank you for educating me on that one. I appreciate it. Okay, now it's about getting across 5 lanes. Nice. Quick little move there. That exit. $453,000. Wow. Just Googled it. Mucho camucho. Almost took the wrong one. This is the part I love it. Cherry Avenue, Spring Street. You come down under the tunnel. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah. Should be higher. $2020, a very strange year. A very strange year. All right, my friends. Anybody squeeze another 2 likes? Get it up to 30. Squeeze another 2 in there. Thank you for getting it up to 30. I really appreciate that. 2 people just came through with a like. Thank you so much. Redondo Avenue. Won't you take me to Redondo Avenue? And then we'll take it higher. Won't you take me to Electric Avenue? Get this baby till the 1 hour mark, and then we got to go work on some cars. Got to get the toys ready. You know, that's your fun time. Got to have your hobbies, got to have your sports, got to do your gym, your workout, which is very difficult in these times. Sammy, how are you? Sammy Sampson, Mustang Sally, Mustang GT in the house. Wedding was so beautiful. The sunset on the beach, water coming in, was crazy. Phil Collins, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I can feel it. Yeah, it was, oh man. And it didn't end, right? The restaurant was great. We had a table right on the beach. Then we went to the Four Seasons. Fun times, had way too many cocktails, Sammy. Way too many cocktails. And then we came back on Sunday, and we're gonna, as soon as the pandemic is over, we're gonna go on another honeymoon. So that was like a mini honeymoon. But boy, oh boy, did we have fun. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. Da 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 da. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. Yeah, it was super fun. 72 hours of fun. And the kids had a great time. You saw the one photo that we took of the kids running on the beach. It was just like the happiness and the joy in their faces, and the sweet cards that the kids wrote us afterwards. Oh wow, we opened them up. Jimmy's back. Guess who's back? Jimmy's back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, you gotta set your goals, right? Slick Nick's in the house. Mark Roughton, squirrel time. Nuts, D's nuts. My info, oh, we're all coming in. All the legends are coming into the house. Whoop, 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 whoop. Major announcement, legends walking into the house. Whoop, whoop. Major announcement, legends walking into the house. You know that feeling when you need the restroom and then every traffic light is red? It's an awful feeling. Just want to get there, but every traffic light turns red. Back to work, back to reality, back to work, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. That's the theme song for the day, for the Tuesday. Back to work, back to reality. Back to work, back to life, back to reality. Private ride. I'm your private ride. Ride for money. Any old ride will do. I'm your private ride. Ride for money. Any old rider will do. I'm your private ride. Rider for money. Any old rider will do. Just show me the money, so I can get richer, and so can you. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Poor old Tina Turner, she's 80, I think she's 80 or 81 years old. She's also suffering from cancer. Probably won't go all the way. Taco Tuesday, that reminds me, I got to get tacos today. And I know just the place. 147 miles, private run. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. 147 miles, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Private trip, private money, private. I love it. 147 mile private ride. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. I'm your private dancer. I drive for money. Any old rider will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Any old rider will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Any old rider with a mask will do. What's up, Long Beach? People drive like crazy. Won't you take me to Electric Avenue and then we take it higher? We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue and then we take it higher. We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Night Rider, we are the Night Riders. Dun, 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 Night Rider. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Yep, riders need to take a mask. Riders need to take a picture of a mask. Damn right about that. It's the right way. It's the right way, folks. Only way. All right. It is time. 98 in Vegas today. Whoop, whoop. We are at Ruben. Whoa, Ruben. Yep, 8th and Redondo. Here we come. Whoa, Ruben. Show me the man.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. It was super good.
That was cool.
Did you like the photos I sent you?
See, yeah, beautiful.
That's the legend Ruben in the house. We're at Long Beach, and he's working away. Full house. I like it. The Van Oggen. See a nice classic Van Oggen over there. And Ruben, what does Ruben have in his hand?
Oh my goodness, there's a two-signal switch.
Turn signal switch.
Yeah,
Jeez,
conventional wiper switch, dimmer switch, and
wow.
cruise control, everything else here. This is the
Beautiful.
Chevy, so
Oh, Chevy?
for vacation the towing package or kind of
Oh,
things.
geez, we see that. You know it's
I
electric.
replace this new component, which is
Oh,
this.
cool. That's that unit there?
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Look, they came out from here at the bottom.
Interesting. Very cool.
And the headlight switch. Headlight switch is burned, so I had to replace new, baby.
Wow. So all electric issues, eh?
Yeah, just in 1995, up to here, it's just
Yeah.
went there.
But nice. I like it's full. There's my baby over there. I'm going to work on it today. My baby. Hello, baby. She's been waiting for me. She's been waiting for me. She's been waiting. Hello, baby. Hello, little one. Hello, baby. Hello, my little baby. Hello. How are you today? You cute little bugger. You little sexy car. Look at the back, folks. Sound of the underground. Dun, 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 dun. Sound of the underground. More sound. Extra backup power to supply the different amps. There's 2 more amps underneath the seats. Adraf, you bet. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Any old music will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Annie, there's the bird ready to lift off. The bird. I'm your private dancer. All the bells. Flamethrower. What? That's my baby. Flamethrower. Flamethrower. In Long Beach, and I'm going to be checking out now. We're open for business. Alex is in the house. Alex, double tap. Yes, I did. All right, my friends, if you ever need any help, come on down. We're all set up for you. We're set up for you, right? So have an office down here. Nah, my wife won't be jealous if I say baby. You know why? Because she knows who's number one. Have a great day, Sammy. Everyone have a great day. From Long Beach, 793 Redondo Avenue. Wishing you a fantastic day. Be well, be safe. And make sure those riders wear their masks, right? Riders, remember, riders, when you get in that car, you now take your selfie, okay, riders? Make sure you're wearing this, okay, riders? New rules, riders. You take a photo. And Lyft, hopefully you wake up, hopefully you implement the same. Lyft riders, remember Uber riders? Got to wear this now. No more getting away. Riders. You got to wear this. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone. Have a fantastic day. From Lincoln Auto Electric in Long Beach, 793 Redondo Avenue. Wishing you a fantastic day.